Lock him up.
Say you'll let me in your room.
Okay.
Say you'll let me in your room.
Right,
you never let me in your room. Say you'll let me in.
You got that all over me. Oh, it smells.
Okay, welcome to the Wanda Show. Mm-hmm. The show where we try to book Wanda Sykes on her show, and in the meantime, get a cease and desist from Nickelodeon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to misgender.
That's more inclusive, if anything.
You think so?
To start with, ma'am.
It's good to call men female names.
I think people just assume when you're being like specific towards one gender, it's man. Mm-hmm. So if you're throwing, give women some reparations.
That's true. Yeah. Do you say guys for like everybody?
Yeah, I do.
Me too. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
Tomboys fell out.
I know. I'm Andrew.
I'm Logan.
There you go. That's it's as good of an intro as it is.
Yeah. I don't know if it is. I think it's not.
No, I think we both thought that's probably what we would say first. We'd probably talk about the loss of tomboys in society.
I'm looking for them.
Yeah, so as we set up top, and as all you Wanda heads know, we're trying to get Wanda Sykes on the show, and as always, we come to you hungry little listeners with an update. And except, again, shout out to the people going back through the archives, in the future.
Yeah.
Just going through the classics, like where they were before Wanda.
Yeah.
BF, BW.
BW, BF. He's got boyfriends on the mind, I
got boyfriends on the mind, always. Okay, here's the Wanda update. So last week we posted, another installment of this show, and I got a DM from maybe an anonymous source. I got a DM from an anonymous source.
Her name is
Damn. And she's anonymous, and she's a source, and you can't have her. And she said, guys, this is our first Wanda lead. Wanda lead. Woo. She said that Wanda Sykes is from her hometown, and she used to always see her walking her chihuahuas, which tells you everything you need to know about Wanda Sykes.
Yep.
She can walk. She has multiple chihuahuas.
Yeah. How many? I imagined her with like 10.
With 10 chihuahuas?
Yeah.
I've never imagined anyone with a chihuahua.
No.
But you're right. You probably don't have one usually.
Well, you said chihuahuas, right?
Well, no. She has multiple.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen someone with, like, if you have a small dog?
Oh yeah, you don't get one.
Which is not even a dog. You need more.
Yeah, if you have a small rat, that's what a chihuahua is.
Yeah, big old little rat.
Big old little rat. That's kind of.
That's your rapper name.
That's a big old little rat. That's weird.
You were throwing down a beat earlier, and you're like, big old little rat.
Smoking on cheese. Yeah.
Give him a little more heat,
Smoking on cheese. Please.
Mama, if you please. Yeah.
Mama, if you please.
Mm-hmm. You were saying, scurry. Out in the sewers, hurry. Smell like manure. I'm a rat. Big old
Did you
little.
Start with scurvy?
Scurry.
Like scurry. Oh,
like,
okay. Like scurvy.
Like a pirate.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. No, I try not to start with scurvy. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I know a lot of people who had scurvy.
No, you did not.
I don't know why. But I'd like to meet some.
I don't know if scurvy's even like in our grandparents' generation that was going on.
I think that there's someone in our grade. Well, there's probably someone
in our grade who has scurvy.
Yeah, in our grade.
It's too many people because we're in school together. Right now.
We're in school together.
Someone in Miss Barber's class has scurvy.
I hate Miss Barber. You know what she said to me today?
Said, lay it down.
She said, "You look like you have scurvy," and I said,
as those scurvs do.
Yeah. Do you think scurvy affects? That's gotta affect you mentally too.
Hands up. Cards on the table. Don't know what scurvy is.
Hands up, cards on the table.
Is it like Lyme's disease? Like
no. I think it's like a deficiency of like vitamin D. I believe. I think you can. No. I think you eat oranges or something like that.
I always thought it was not enough scurv.
It's not enough scurv. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you feel.
No, wait. Vitamin D is the sun. Vitamin C is oranges.
Vitamin C. So I think you eat oranges for it. So
all right.
Vitamin D is the sun. Vitamin C is oranges is a funny phrase.
That's all I know about science. Time for the Wanda facts. My Wanda fact is once again about our host, Wanda Sykes. Here's the fact. Her mom, Marion Louise, worked as a banker in Maryland. They're from Maryland. And her dad, Harry Ellsworth Sykes, was a colonel in the employed by the Pentagon, which kind of gave a little more context to, I believe, episode 2, where we learned that Wanda Sykes worked for the NSA after school. So, like, her whole family had some federal stuff going on.
The more I hear about, like, when we have her on, I'm not gonna, like, it's not gonna be fun. Like, I'm gonna be interrogating her about her military knowledge.
Like, what's your clearance?
Yeah, I want to know. Like, I feel like
I want to know. It's a very odd trajectory.
Yeah, it's like you start out being a spy and you end up silly saying jokes. I don't know.
Yeah, usually you start with like a fan-based investigative journalism Wanda podcast. And then you become a silly goof.
NSA.
It usually starts podcast, ends with the feds.
Yeah.
But she went backwards.
She did go backwards like a weird
Hey, Wanda, good for you, but do your thing.
Do your thing.
But that's weird.
Chicken wang. I got stabbed.
Silence is deafening.
By a bee. All right. Wait, do you have more or no? Is it just about Mary?
Marion, her mom?
Marion, yeah. Big M.
And her dad, Harry.
And Harry.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
I feel like a fun fact is both her parents employed.
No, that's a great
fact.
fact.
And they're from Maryland.
I just was making sure we didn't.
I wasn't trying to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Blah. Yeah, we got a lot of episodes to get to.
Unless
Unless my secret connection pulls through.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Have you like followed up at all? Actually, I'm kind of curious about that one.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be flirting with her.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of...
Yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
difficult.
I don't think you're supposed to be doing anything. And like, it's definitely all on you.
Well, okay, wait. This is a question for the Wanda heads. Do you think, because you guys are leading the march, I mean, we're just the voices, but you're the vision of getting Wanda Sykes on the show. My only lead so far, should I flirt with them? Because that could jeopardize the mission.
As the fans, do you want to be flirted with by Andrew, who runs our social media, every time you DM our account?
Not just because she DM'd me, just because of what we talked about. Chihuahuas. Anyway, you're right. I'll keep it above board. Keep it a buck. I think I'm going to see her tomorrow, so I'll learn more then.
Yeah. All right, we'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
All right, so my Wanda fact is about Wanda Ventham. She's an actress from East Sussex, England. She was in classics such as UFO, the 1970 TV show. She was also in the Italian film UFO Predentelli Vivi, which means take them alive.
Scary. You wrote that down. That's funny.
I wrote that
parentheses.
down. Yep.
That's funny.
The Italian film...
Logan, all of these are Italian.
UFO Alarme Rosso is also in a movie she's in. And that one, I didn't even say the full name. Attacco alla Terra, which is Red Alert.
Actually, it's
Attack
racist.
on Earth. And Invasion UFO. Now, she's not only in UFO movies, but I noticed she was in a few. And I thought that we should put those out there. She's apparently not that popular other than those UFO movies, but she's done a lot. And I'm not saying that she's not like good.
She's getting typecast.
But she's getting typecast. And let's watch a clip of Wanda Ventham real quick.
All right.
I'm just gonna put that on.
That's why I picked you up myself. I wanted to brief you before you had a word with General Henderson.
Well, I knew it wasn't for my big
This is
blue
a
eye.
problem.
Coming back from the moon can be disorientating. Even moons.
Is that Wanda, the woman?
That's her. Yeah, she's in the front seat.
I see, sir. Never knew.
Why don't they let her drive?
I don't know. I think this was like a big thing. She was like always trying to drive, and they were like, "Get out of there!"
But they were like, "Get out of the seat!
Get out of the seat!"
She was like, "I'm Wanda. I can drive."
I'm Big Wand.
Is there a UFO coming?
I don't know. That car looks like a UFO.
Wait, did it just go from night to day? That's a terrible haircut.
That's a terrible haircut. Blue eyes.
I mean, these are
blue eyes on
Hitler
him, too.
drew this, I think.
This
is what his paintings would be.
Like, I don't know what Finnish people look like, but this is what I imagine.
Ugh. Why is there no one around?
I think I don't know, it makes it seem more futuristic for some reason.
They got butterfly doors.
I know. I wish I had some.
You think of the future, there's no people?
I think it's just empty.
I don't know.
Mostly. There's like a couple.
That's super sad, dude.
It's probably going to be less people, right?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Why does
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's frozen.
Wait, this is the best movie I've ever
I
seen.
kind of want to watch this movie, honestly.
Did you start us at the beginning of the? Oh,
No, it's a 14-minute clip.
14-minute clip.
All right, we'll stop it.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's go
So that was
some of
her
the comments here.
as Shadow and Colonel Virginia Lake. I don't know what the movie's
Logan,
called.
that's really easy to read.
Well, I'm looking around for like the actual
Wanda
title. and I
Ventham
don't
was
see
so
the
hot in the purple outfit. All right. All right, Dunning 234.
This is UFO by the way.
Beautiful
That's-
Wanda, a great. All right, who's commenting on this? This is like ChatGPT's
Every
commenting.
single one of them is beautiful too, like all of them.
Except great program. Wanda did age too well. This is like
It's pretty creepy. Oh my god! Someone commented, "I'm a bad man."
you got all these people commenting like they Google translated their perv sentences, and then we got I'm a bad man.
I'm a bad man.
Well, okay.
Don't knock those blue eyes, my dear.
I would never knock them.
Okay, time lash. All right,
Anyway, look, another great Wanda fact right there.
another great one. I love Wanda.
We're really building up our arsenal of Wandas.
Yeah, we are. I think we're doing great.
That's good. So, all right. I don't know really where we're going to go with this, but I do think, last episode we addressed that your birthday party was going to be in a couple days. And it's the future. It's after that now.
Yep.
So it happened.
Just like Wanda's, preferred setting in movies.
The future.
Yeah, future.
Yeah, future. So your birthday happened, and we had the birthday party, and something happened at the birthday party that I thought we could talk about.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
So I feel like we've talked about it, but I don't know if I've given you like the exact run of my POV.
yeah, let's hear it.
So Logan has this party in Koreatown at this club, bar, karaoke, something. I don't know. And it's called The Spot. Shout out The Spot, guys.
yeah, we love the
Use
spot.
our promo code The Spot.
Yeah, use the promo code. If you leave your credit card there, they will not have it when you go back to get it.
Use our promo code Identity Fraud to receive a cancellation on your Discover. So we're at The Spot, and it was pouring rain. I came from like my show, so I was late.
Yeah, it was very nice that you came though.
I'm a good egg.
Good egg.
Yeah. And there are people there already. I'm not in the best mood.
Yeah.
Cards on the table when I walked in. And also people were drunk and I was new to the environment. So I was texting by the bar, not looking great. But just texting. I wasn't like in my feels, but like I was doing that. And this girl taps me on the shoulder and goes like, "Hey." And I look up and I see this black woman with pink hair. And I was like, "Oh, hi." And then I went back to texting. And she went, "Stop that. You too fine." And I was like, I mean, I'm not saying no one's hit on me before, but no one's given me that much enthusiasm for so little output. And
No output.
for no output. For actually, I'm looking kind of rough,
Yeah.
if anything. And I was like, "Hey." And she was like, "Ain't you trying to know me?" And I was like, "Sorry, sure." I was like, "My name's Andrew." And she went like, "Okay, nice. And I was like, "What's your name?" And she was like, "Crystal." And then in that moment, I realized she was a prostitute or a sex worker.
Yep.
And this was my first run-in with that sex worker.
Yeah.
But I just knew immediately. You know why? Because she tried to get me to pay her for sex.
Yeah, that's a good way to know.
That's when I got a little suspicious.
Yeah.
No, but it was a lot. She didn't actually overtly ask me immediately, but then I think she thought I was like a tourist, like here for the weekend. She was going to try to scam me, and I was
Here to tour her body.
going to tour her body in my Times Square hotel room or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're not from around here, are you?" And I was like, "No, I live here." And she went, "Oh, because I am not."
That's such a twist. She was like, "I'm not. I'm actually lost. Can you show me where to go?"
Yeah. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Where are you from?" And she went, "Upstate." And then I was like, "What are you doing
it's like,
right
now
now?"
you're lying? Why don't you just tell me the truth?
I was like, "Where upstate?" And she was like, "Too far, 4 hours about." And I was like,
She sounds like.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it sounds like when someone's making things up on the spot.
She was totally making things up.
You skip details and then go back to the details you forgot. Too far, 4 hours.
Too far, 4 hours. You don't know about it.
Yeah.
And so but I'm a really polite guy. I'm a people pleaser. And I was like, I can't leave her. I kept kind of trying to move out.
It's
and then
friend. It's Crystal.
It's Crystal. It's Chrissy T. I love her. And I was like, for a moment, I had the thought cross my mind. I was like, the only way for me to leave this situation is to pay her for intercourse. Which, but then.
You did.
Which I did, and I lost my credit card. So she had the tap insert. Yeah.
On her
body.
breast.
Yeah. On her breast.
I know, that's where you grabbed.
I didn't grab. That cost more.
No, yeah.
So she was like, "What brings you here?" And I was like, "That guy's birthday." And then she was like, "What?" And I was like, "His name is Logan." And then,
Get over there now.
And then I believe I pulled you over, or you came over. I was like, "Logan."
Yeah, you were telling me, yeah.
And then I left.
Yeah, that was pretty uncool, by the way.
Well, I thought I was gonna have to pay her for sex.
I was in a pretty vulnerable state, just being me.
But if someone's gonna pay for sex, shouldn't it be the birthday boy?
No, I think he's the one guy that should not have to pay for sex.
You might have gotten a discount.
Maybe.
You think it should be free sex?
Should be free
We
sex.
don't all live in a world like that.
You're right.
We don't shame how you get your.
Yeah, that's true. We support Wanda fans. If you pay for sex, go get them.
If you have sex, you're sick.
Yeah.
If you don't, for religious reasons, you're. That's whatever. All right, let's skip that part. That's fine too. But
It's okay.
just
Yeah,
pay-
it's totally fine.
I'm just saying, like, pay for sex or don't. But like,
Yeah.
if you do it, I'm gonna fist bump you because you had sex, and also you support sex work, which is real work.
That's true.
But Crystal was annoying me.
Yeah.
Sex workers aren't always fun,
Yep.
but I totally respect the hustle.
Yeah, I don't know if I respect the hustle, to be honest. Her hustle was more of just like saying the same question over and over again.
Yeah,
to me.
so like, then what happened when?
Yeah, well, she walked over to me and she was talking to me. Like, she was like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm Crystal." She gave me her name, and she was fine.
She said Crystal, though.
And she did say Crystal.
I was curious if she had a consistent story.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I don't know if she didn't tell me about their 4-hour trek, but she did. Yeah, she was Crystal still, and she was like fine for like just like the first couple sentences of the conversation. And then it was just, "Can you get me a drink? Can you get me a drink?
Yeah.
Can you get me a drink?" And she was getting me. Honestly, I actually like grabbed my wallet. I was like, I might take my wallet out to buy her a drink. And then someone comes over to me and whispers to me, "She's a prostitute." And immediately I'm like, there's a lot of, I just looked around and I was like, oh, multiple of my friends are just staring at me, almost buying a prostitute a drink. They're like, he might do it. He might go home with her. But I didn't.
You did,
But I didn't.
Much to most of our surprise. Also, because you kind of speed ran that. I mean, 20 minutes you were with her.
Yeah, I was talking with her. I was talking with her, but she kept asking for drinks.
People were like, Logan's probably going to go home with this girl.
Yeah.
And then there was this whole dialogue of like, let him cook. Because it had been a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, eventually, because you started looking at me like, and I was like, I got us drinks over here. And so I was like, come here. And you were like, come here. I was like, I don't know what even you're doing.
Like, I got you a friend.
I was like, I'm showing you this way. And you were like, "Gah." So, but eventually you separated from her. And I was baffled by the experience. And I started saying to people, and you know what? I'm not proud of this. When I say people, I mean probably anyone who would give me the time of day. I was like, there's a sex worker over here, and they're putting on the moves. And people were like, how do you know that? And then Crystal jumped on a table and started throwing shapes with her ass.
Yeah, I did see that happen.
And she had these two girls with her who were like filming with flash, like in the club. And I was like, are you putting that on your Snapchat subscription story?
Probably.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, I subscribed.
No, it's good content, honestly. Yeah. Shout out Chrissy.
Shout out Chrissy.
So yeah, a lot of people were like, "How'd the birthday party go?" And
Pretty great. Yeah, we met a new guest for the pod. She's coming on next episode, and she's great.
Going. She has some Wanda facts, and like we're gonna hear her out.
Yeah,
I said something about being neighbors with Wanda Sykes. So
yeah, she is. I think she's pretty close. Wanda Sykes actually is on our premium subscription. If you call it Crystal XOXO 454.
I never understood that. It's like crystal.
Yeah, that if you say it like that, it actually makes sense.
Innuendo.
Thanks. All right. I feel like we haven't touched on one topic. Like, why are we doing this? Like, we haven't really. I feel like we don't have like a full kind of epilogue for this. We kind of like jumped right into it.
An epilogue meaning the book is over and we're gonna write a final
What's
couple
it-
paragraphs.
What's it called? The prologue.
Prologue. Before the book.
Before the book.
Okay.
I feel like we kind of jumped into it just saying like, yeah, we're chasing down Wanda, trying to get sued, things most people do on YouTube. But I think that we should talk about also like we have mentioned that it's a comedy podcast, but like
okay, sure.
But why are we doing a comedy podcast? I mean,
we're doing a comedy podcast. The short answer would be a lack of other skills, but a longer answer, you'd go with we.
I'll say like it depends. Like I sometimes do stand up comedy. Used to do it more.
Yeah.
I'm on a hiatus.
Logan is taking a hiatus until the union gives him the deal he's waiting for. I'm a comic. I'm a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. Like I guess my background is like we met in college. Started like I've always wanted to do stand-up. Started doing it when I was 17. Mm-hmm. And is this what you're looking for?
Yeah, this is what.
Oh, okay.
We'll say each of our stories.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I started doing stand-up when I was 17. I tried to do it before then. Honestly, I went to the comedy club where I'm from in Michigan, in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when I was like 15, and I was like, "Can I work here at the door or whatever?" And they were like, "No,
no, little boy.
This is a bar." And then I got really nervous that I wouldn't be able to go to any of them until I was 21. And then when I was 17, I was like, "I'm just gonna lie and say I'm 21." And I did that for 4 years. I started doing stand up in Michigan and Pittsburgh, and we met in school in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And Logan said, "Oh my God, you're so talented for your age."
Yeah, and
I said, "Well, it comes with the
ground.
Comes with I was born like this, and
it comes with it."
And then Logan started doing stand up until the union froze him out.
Yeah, I met him in college. I didn't do stand up until college. I was always very into stand up. I watched it a ton, like since I was little.
Mm-hmm. Big fan of mine.
Grown up watching comedy movies, and then all the comedy stuff. Big fan of his. I would watch him when he was 15 from the windows.
True.
Outside the bar.
To
the wall. But but I started doing comedy with Andrew once I met him in LA on a abroad trip for kind of film program we were doing, and then that's all she wrote really about that. I did it for about a year, I'd say, somewhat consistently, and then taking a pause, trying to put all our time into this this beast of a podcast.
Right, because once the fans, if you guys, want to, if you guys buying tickets to live shows, stand up live episode recordings, then Logan, that's part of the terms of his deal.
That'll ease me back into it
because he doesn't want like going through the clubs. He wants the fan base to
rally
around
arenas.
Him. Yeah. Well, you said something the other day. You're like, if I'm not in theaters, I'm not in business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I get that.
Every time I'm in a room of like 200 people, I'm like, you don't even know.
Yeah, true.
No, I mean, I don't feel that way at all. I'm just not doing it right now. I'll be back.
Yeah. So, I do stand up often. Like, I'm also in school still, so it's been less often than I want. But, we're based in New York City, in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And this is actually, to be somewhat earnest, but it's not a compliment, but it's like true. Mm-hmm. I was working for this screenwriting professor at Pitt my sophomore year, and it was before we went to LA together, and he was like, on the trip, the whole point of it, he was like, you'll meet a lot of speakers and whatever. He was like, the point of the trip for you should be meet people you think could be your roommates after college.
Oh, he said that to you?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He was like, because those are the people who are going to do what you're going to do, so
that's true.
Live with them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. We live with two of them.
Yeah, it kind of just like fell together. It worked out. Yeah, that's crazy. No one said that to me, but it happened.
I don't know if you were seeking advice.
I was seeking some advice that, and I wasn't looking for the goal of that. I was seeking advice like on what to do with my life. I didn't really know at that time what I wanted to do, like for my job.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do stand up, but that seemed like more of a side dream.
Sure. Well, you were really into hitchhiking for a while.
I was, and it worked out actually. That's how I met my wife, and she's a truck driver.
That's how you
male
met your
truck-
wife?
Yeah,
I always wondered why you had that inflatable wife.
yeah. I don't know how
You
she
met her on the road.
She drives well. You know, that's what
drives
they say.
well.
She drives
Yeah.
well for having no hands.
She has no hands? Oh, she's got that big hole.
Yep, that's the replacement of the hands.
Because it grips the wheel.
It grips it.
Yeah, so comedy, and then we're doing this because no one wanted another podcast. I think someone even said, everyone said, no more podcasts.
Yeah, I told my mom I was doing a podcast, and she said, "Stop,
Yeah.
move away." So I moved out.
So move that. Yeah, I said to my mom that I was doing a podcast, and she said, I'll never forget this. She said, call in coming from Fulton County Jail. Do you accept pending charges? And I said, I do. And then I told her again, and she was cool about it. But
Yeah, she's like, "I'm in jail." I don't.
but I knew that already.
What'd your mom do?
Arson.
Oh, cool. Like this, like big arson or small arson?
You think my mom did small arson?
I don't know. What's the smallest amount of what's the smallest fire you can make that's still considered arson? You leaving?
Oh, the smallest form of arson?
Yeah. Oh, we're doing a visual. This is good. Lock him up.
Say you'll let me in your room.
Okay.
Say you'll let me in your room.
Alright, this is-
You never let me in your room. Say you'll let me in.
You got that all over me. Oh, it smells. You didn't eat that.
Should be good for the audio only
You
people.
didn't actually eat that, did you?
Huh?
Oh, that's pretty great.
I'm crazy, man. I'm insane right now.
Here we go. We're cooking.
And we're cooking like the paper. So my mom's in jail. I've been doing comedy for 5 years
Yeah.
to much success. I found myself from basement to basement, occasionally rubbing grates, rubbing shoulders.
Rubbing shoulders with great.
rubbing shoulders with grates. And I'll never forget this. They always say, stop rubbing my shoulder.
They say, yeah, start touching my knees.
One time I was lucky enough to actually hear one guy he went, stop rubbing my shoulders. And that was Jerry Seinfeld. So
He said that. And you were giving him a massage. He was actually working as a masseur, as they call him.
as monsieur.
Today on the subway, there was this guy that was throwing shoulders. You ever seen this before? I think this is like a new like kind of character I've seen on the subway that I see like people violently kind of walk through the whole subway and like slam the door.
Yeah.
But this guy was a lot worse because he was going through crowds of people on like stairs in the subway, just kind of pushing people down the stairs. I don't know. This is crazy.
Oh, not on the train.
And that's
He's
the
pushing
news.
people down the stairs.
Yeah, when I said this, I should have said in the subway, like actual tunnels.
That's crazy. Well, that's what Ben, our roommate Ben, was saying earlier, like that he made a friend on the platform.
Yeah.
I'm a transplant. I won't act like I'm from here. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Don't talk to me on the platform.
Pretty dangerous there. Everyone's on like high alert. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like pretty much standing to themselves. Like because I'd say 3 out of 5 times I'm in the subway, I see a crazy person.
Yeah, I haven't been on the subway in a couple days.
Yeah.
Really, just showing how much I have going on right now.
Yeah. You're a local guy, Brooklyn boy,
I don't like to leave Brooklyn. I'm a Billy Berg local.
Billy Berg local.
Yeah, the L's down.
The L's down.
We're gonna get into really specific train stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
I know that travels well.
All right.
But yeah, so I wanted to show you something. So as
More
some people
fire.
have noticed, the name of this is The Wanda Show. And something that they talk about in the biz is SEO, search engine optimization. So if, let's say, you were to look up The Wanda Show, if you had good SEO, you would show up. But that is not what happens when you look us up, because there is a YouTuber called Wanda Show. Wanda Show is an Asian YouTuber, and they have 74,000 subscribers. And they posted like something today, and let's all take a look.
브러쉬 만들입니다. 뭔가 어제 본 듯한 이런 느낌이죠. 이제 저번 영상에서
Yeah, so none of it's in English.
We should watch the whole thing.
Oh, this was posted today.
That was a good sound effect. We should do sound effects.
We should do sound effects. Anyway, so some people are like, don't you think it's going to be hard for your viewers with such a overlap in content style?
Yeah, I have that hair clip.
You have
Oh,
that.
why is it sad music?
See, and like the only reason I know what's going on here is it says updo hairstyling. But like she has these really intense fans. They've said things such as that.
How long can she talk about what she's about to do with her hair?
She hasn't done anything. Let's skip ahead. We're skipping ahead
Oh my
to
gosh, it's not like
4 minutes.
it's better be a masterpiece of hair. She's not even done.
Oh my god.
Not even close.
Oh
to
my
done.
god, but she has AdSense. We're getting a commercial.
Oh, Will the Bliss just texted me. Thanks for letting me sleep over last night. What a nice guy.
Yeah. I was thinking about threatening to kill his parents, but
Well, he
but he texted you thanks, so I don't have to
yeah,
anymore.
that's good.
Clip it. So anyway, yeah, just all the people who are like, Andrew, you know there's another Wanda show. We'll probably get a collab. Cards on the Table will probably collab.
We gotta grow our hair out and do hair.
Wait, we should just do an updo hairstyling.
We're gonna convert this channel probably tomorrow. It's just gonna be hair.
Yeah, if this stops working, which again, unlikely, but we will probably just start mirroring her content.
Yeah, and we'll do it in German because that.
Yeah, because who cares about English, which also it's not done in.
Well, it would be. Wouldn't it be kind of? I think it would be pretty funny to do like hairstyling, but like yelling in a German accent because that's like.
Yeah, you could just yell normal though.
You could, but I feel like German's pretty.
Put in the clip.
Oh yeah.
Put it in.
I think we just unlocked
Primp,
something.
Primp and Carl. Primp and Carl.
Let's do it.
Perm up.
Down.
Yeah, you're right. This is really
Sounds
getting
like you're on a rowing boat.
Yeah, I'm like the. What's the name?
You know the name.
Fuck.
Rowing
What's the name?
wasn't big in my
It's
town.
not the libero. That's volleyball.
The labia.
But it's the. Oh god. No, it's Come on, guys. You're gonna get it before me. It's the person in the boat that sits.
Willy Wonka.
No,
You ever seen that scene?
What? No, they in the river with the guys.
Yeah, he's.
No, I mean, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
No, but there's the guy that directs people, or the lady. It's called the
woman.
Coxswain.
Coxswain.
Coxswain is how it's spelled.
Sweeney Todd.
The Coxswain. What you know about Sweeney Todd?
You know about Sweeney Todd. He's super cool and kind of odd.
I just swallowed the paper.
Bro, you're still chewing. It's insane. It's
really
an
hard to
unhinged
break it
podcast.
down.
Do you want to actually just go straight into just like doing like shows like and that's it, like just a pure like kind of live show comedian? Do you want to get more into acting? Do you want to get more into something else?
So kind of what I always thought growing up, like, because I like stand-up, but like the whole reason that it is going on is like when I was younger, I really liked all those TV shows. Like I really liked SNL and I really liked The Tonight Show and I liked whatever. I thought SpongeBob was really funny and I really liked Will Ferrell. And really what it was how do you get on Saturday Night Live? It's creating all these comedians that are going all these places. And then it was like, oh, they do improv and they do stand-up. And it was like, I'll do one or both. And stand-up's the easiest to do alone. But I remember thinking a lot in high school. I was like, I'm going to try to do everything. And then whatever hits, that's it. Like, kind of like when people post a bunch of stuff, they'll like post a bunch of different types of content. And then whichever one goes viral, they're like, all right, this is what people want to see. Like, I'm like, whatever, like podcasting, TikTok, improv, sketches, stand-up,
Yeah.
acting.
But if you had to choose one.
That's the thing. It like I like making people laugh, and I really like stand up, but I don't know if I like anything. I just like making stuff that is funny.
So it doesn't really matter how you actually
Yeah, like the video that
output.
Ben and I made, the first like Andrew Answers video. Why mustaches? Bing sound effect.
Yeah.
Was we went to a couple like festivals, and when it played, it's like in a theater and people are laughing during it, and I was like, this it's the same satisfaction for me as when I'm doing stand up and people are laughing.
Yeah.
Like I really like it, but it's the same. I just like laughter.
Do you feel the same satisfaction through like a post, seeing a post blow up?
Yes.
Like it
Yes.
is it really comparable? Because I feel a lot of people say like, a lot of comedians will say like getting on a stage and hearing 200 people in a room laugh is like it's not really comparable to any other like high.
So what I would say is like when you're on stage and you get a laugh, like there's nothing like a new laugh, like a joke that you haven't gotten to work yet and you tell it and it gets a laugh and you kind of don't expect it. Like it catches you off guard and it's a great feeling and it's just a good feeling. And like when a video goes viral, it's really exciting. It's not as happy. It's like exciting. It's like because you're always anxious that they won't do well. And then once it does well, the entire time you're thinking about when will it stop getting views. And that sucks. And you don't feel that way when you do stand up.
That's true because even if you stop getting laughs, you're gonna get more. Yeah.
Yeah, like so the shows go bad and like there's a lot of negative things about stand up. But when it goes well, it's pretty pure. But I also like stand-up's really simple. Like there's only so many moves.
Yeah.
Like you can tell a story, you can tell a joke, you can do different voices, you can talk to the crowd. But like when you're editing things, there's so many bells to add.
So many bells to add, so many avenues to go down.
Yeah, like and I think I like all of that. Like the layers of like you can have a green screen, you can change the color, you can the caption can be funnier, like
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
think
don't know, which is also why I think it's easier for people to succeed in like social media or podcast, like whatever. It's easier.
you think so?
Stand up because there's less moves. It's harder to do it,
Yeah.
but you get bored of it. I think after it. Not that I'm even at the point to get bored, but like
I think it's easier to do it on social media, but I think it's also stand up is like more easy in a way where it's like it's not easy, but it's also like it's almost like grit. It's almost like who can hang on the longest, kind of.
totally.
If you have like a base set of like skills and kind of like the X factor kind of thing that people talk about.
Yeah.
If you have that, like then you're just basically in a lineup of comedians that are just like who's willing to just put their all into it, like not sleep some nights, like just like kind of
You're right. There's something about comedy, and going to shows. Like if you're an audience member, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry laughing. Like there is I think you should walk in and you should see comics and you'd be like, oh, these are the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
Like there should be very little room for error. You should laugh all the time. And like with clips, I think an audience is like, it's posting a TikTok is easy. So if I don't laugh, it's only 30 seconds. But if I bought tickets and I bought drinks and I sat down and I committed 2 hours.
You better laugh.
So yeah, stand-up's harder.
Yeah.
And that part is satisfying. But like, what I don't like about it is how all comics treat it like it's nothing. Like when you do really well, it's a really good feeling, and people are all like, act like you've been here before, and it's still really fun. I think so. I wish people would treat it like that. Like it's kind of got this. Oh, you want to act like it's not cool because I kill all the time, but it's so fun. Like every time I do well, I walk off stage and I'm like, shoot, can we all talk about that? Like
Yeah.
So I really like it, but like I love improv too. Like, and the improv's really fun. Like you get those laughs, and there's also like you feel really good about yourself because you're like, I just thought of all that.
Yeah, I feel like improv's more fun. Like stand-up's fun because of like actually like probably like the actual like what you receive from like the audience. But then I think improv is more fun because you make yourself laugh way more. Like you know what you're saying in stand-up.
Totally.
Improv, you're like, oh shit, that was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Improv's stand-up. What's great about it is like it's one of the only things that you can be successful at where you can take the credit for it.
Stand up.
Yeah, like every time you see someone win like an Oscar for a movie, they're like, I really have to thank the production team and the editors and the casting for getting me involved. Like stand up, you're like, yeah, I wrote it and I flew across country and I changed it every night. Like it's all you.
I was alone up there. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a good feeling, but it's the good versus the you're by yourself the whole time isn't worth it, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I like it, but it's hard to motivate yourself to actively be doing it all the time, which I think you could speak to.
Yeah, for sure.
a bunch.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was first doing it, I feel like it was more that I just like genuinely was so happy that like I finally did it because I had thought about it forever, and then I'd been writing jokes since like probably like freshman year of high school or something like that, and then I just had all these jokes I was like sitting on. I was like, oh, I'm finally like putting some of these out, and even though a lot of them weren't working, it was like cool to like actually like just like practice. And then, and it also like I've watched so many comedy podcasts that's like you start having moments where you're like, oh, like I'm like living like the stories they talk about, like their golden days of like just hanging at bars and just like doing stuff like that. But where I think I started losing steam was like after like a year, I was like, we started doing it in Pittsburgh. We were doing it at school. I had a lot more free time. I started, I came home, I was working like a part-time doing like freelance work and like production, and it was still pretty possible. And then, and I was living at home too, so it was just like less going on in my life. And then once I got my job, I was working a lot more. And I kind of had to pick and choose like passions, and I still like the like making like short films or like making like fiction podcasts, like all audio stuff. I like doing like it's like script writing and stuff like that. And it was like, do I want to put all of that on hold and just do like stand up whenever I can multiple times in the week, or do I want to do like once a week and then like do all the other stuff? And then I started doing that.
Yeah.
And then I got to a point where I was just like, if we're gonna do this podcast, it's gonna take multiple days of the week to edit. We gotta write for it. We gotta do all this stuff. So I was like, all right, see ya.
True. Yeah. And as odd as like stand up is obviously in front of people, and there's a very tangible thing with you're doing it, but like a podcast or posting things, like you kind of have your catalog right there. Like you see the work, you see the numbers, like it's very in front of you. And like stand up, I mean, I've felt this way before. Like, there's so much effort you could put into it, and you could never tell anyone about it or not do it ever again. And it's like no one would even know about that.
That was like, well, that was a big thing with like posting. I felt like I got to like probably like a little bit of a time where I was like taking videos of like, I don't know, like half of like the stuff I was doing, and I wasn't posting a lot of them, but like every time I'd post, I'd be like, okay, now like I'm getting like people would like be like, oh, like I saw that you're doing stand up and like stuff like that. And that felt like much better. But then I would go through like months where I didn't post, and I'd just be like, I don't know, you don't feel like you're moving at all.
Totally.
Unless you like have like some random open mic, for me at least, because I was only doing open mics when like a bunch of people would show up out of nowhere, and then I'm like, oh, this is like a real show or something like that. Because also I was coming from a only open mic setting, so. Which
is how it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I did stand up for 2 years before I ever did a show.
Yeah.
I think it's tough, and also like in the beginning you got to like get someone to vouch for you or figure out a way to do a show. That's like an elusive thing, like getting booked.
Yeah.
But I was thinking with when you were saying, I got a bunch of paper in my mouth still.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When you were talking about like the comics, like on podcasts and whatever, talk about the hustle and like the grind and all the stand-up stuff. Like I remember last October, I drove from Pittsburgh to Ithaca, New York in my friend's car, and I had one show, and I did 7 minutes, I think. And it was like in a theater. I think it was my first theater I ever did, but it wasn't a big theater. It was like hundreds of people. And the guy was like, you'll probably do a second show. And then I went to the second show. I wasn't on the lineup. I was just waiting. Comics on stage. The guy in the front row has a seizure.
Crazy.
The guy has a seizure. He's like taken out on a gurney. And this is like being comedians. They're so stupid. Everyone is like, looks like I killed. Like everyone's waiting. Like, can I go on next? I thought of something to say.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to go up. And then I didn't have a hotel room. I didn't have any money. I like slept in my car, and I just left the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's so much effort for. I really did one show that was 7, and I met like there's all this other stuff, but like people talk about like the hustle and the grind of it. It's like, was that worth it though? Because if you talk to an older comic, they'd be like, yeah, man, been there. We've all done it. And it's like, what are we doing?
It's like, why did we do it? Because I could have just like not done that and probably had the exact same career path.
Oh, for sure. And like, did I get laughs? Did it feel good? Like all of that happened.
Yeah. But then that's like, I think that's the whole thing. It's like the type of person that succeeds in comedy is the type of person that's crazy enough to
that's true.
Make the mistake of doing comedy, which is
also
the mistake of going to a place with no money and doing a couple shows. Yeah.
Well, it's like I went to and from Ithaca. Like I was there for, I don't know, 14 hours, and I spent like $40, and it was just on gas.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but I mean it's fine. I love it. But anyway, when people talk about like your career, like what would you want to do? Like I like stand up a lot, but nothing else would need to click for me to only do stand up. Hey guys, it's time for some wham bams.
Woo! Worst things to say on the first day of school.
Where's my Glock?
I have a bomb.
Sir, you're clearly an adult dressed as a child.
This is like as you're like tickling the teacher.
I packed your lunch with old teeth.
So you walk into like the first grade classroom and then you yell, "Where the white women at?"
Is your hairline receding?
So you walk in on stilts and you say, "I am king."
You know what's weird? I thought of that. What's the point?
So you go up to the teacher and say, "Come here often?" Worst things to say to a cashier right when they say "enjoy" to you right before you see a movie at a movie theater.
Why don't you donate 63 cents to UNICEF? Enjoy.
Enjoy.
I can't feel pleasure since the incident.
Okay.
Enjoy.
This guy's obsessed with me. Have a good one.
No, you have. Goodbye, though. Enjoy.
I can't. Ever since she left.
Enjoy.
You too.
You think I enjoy having to buy anal wart cream? Enjoy.
Do you ever shut up?
Worst reasons to get dumped.
Forgetting their birthday.
It's like, it's not you. It's your brother won't stop sliding up on my stories.
You forget your own birthday.
I liked you more with adult braces.
You get caught playing in the sewer.
You're looking for a relationship, and I'm looking for a relationship with your sister.
If you get accused of being a witch.
You have too many candles?
You quote Owen Wilson too much.
Wow.
Worst reasons to get arrested.
You tripped on the sidewalk and killed a guy.
Sending anthrax to your neighbor.
You were speeding and you thought the cop wanted to race.
You stole a baby.
You said that you were drunk driving because you don't understand how like root beer works.
You ate a baby.
You fell asleep next to a guy getting murdered.
You stole a baby's identity.
Drugs.
Oh, mine is taxes. It's good we did that.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Worst movie names. Poop. The Notebook, full of feet pics.
The Lion, the Witch, and the cabinet above the fridge that you don't use a lot because it's really high up and hard to reach.
The Penguins of Madagascar believe in QAnon. Goodwill.
Dune.
Snakes on a plane flying into the Twin Towers.
We gotta chill on 9/11.
I always work it in. Those were the Wham Bams. Thank you once again for everyone tuning in for the Wham Bams segments. Once again, Wham Bams are what you just saw. If you were to rewind, you'd see them again because they just happened.
And you should because it's a lot to understand.
Get that watch time up. Wham Bam twice if you need.
True. Play this over and over again in your house and just help us out a little bit.
Play this over and over again for good luck.
Is that like an NPC kind of thing? Like,
no, it's like, have you seen those Instagram posts where it's like, Instagram just added a new feature. If you triple tap this post, it DMs it automatically.
Now we are going to do an improvised scene, break out some acting skills.
You guys are probably like, can they act? Shut up. I'm a beekeeper, and you don't know what a beekeeper is. And you don't know what bees are. We just met at a bar.
Okay.
And you're trying to ask me about what I do for work.
Okay. All right. That's good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Hey, what's up?
Like, why are you so red?
Oh man, I don't mean to take work home with me. I don't want to bore you. I'm a beekeeper, so it's kind of. I mean, a lot of these are old, but the scarring.
You're what?
I'm a beekeeper. Like I have a bunch of bees and like hives. It's actually a lot of people don't know you can do it in the city. I have a big industrial warehouse.
You a teacher? Like letters?
Wait, a teacher?
You like keep letters or something like that? What are you talking about?
No, you moron! I don't keep B-E-E.
I'm
Buzz.
I'll be whatever you want me to be. I'm like a really agreeable guy.
What?
If we could, like, we're good. It's okay.
I don't mean to laugh. Do you not know what a bee is?
But
where do you think honey comes from? Have you seen the Bee movie? Do you know who
talking
Buzz Aldrin?
sat?
Have you heard the sound
Buzz
of
Aldrin's
Buzz
way-
before?
If you had to describe a bee to a man that's never met a bee before,
Okay,
what
here
do
it
you
is.
think?
It's an insect.
is?
It's like this big.
Uh-huh.
There's a queen.
Oh, she sounds nice.
Yeah, she's in charge of the other ones.
Oh,
and they all kind of, well, it's her job.
Okay.
And they all do what she wants.
Why?
Because she's the queen. I don't know. She's like, would you do what Beyonce tells you? Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you not like Beyonce?
No, I love her.
You're like a shitty guy.
Yeah. Got lemonade, you know.
God.
If you like
If you only know lemonade, I don't really feel like we need to chat about this. And scene.
Perfect.
We have our first guest on right now. And, you know, kind of in the journey for Wanda Sykes. If you guys don't like our first guest, get Wanda Sykes on sooner, okay? All right. In the meantime, we got Ben. But first, welcome, Ben.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, thanks, guys. This is really nice. I feel honored.
That's it for episode 5. And again, we appreciate all you guys going back and watching the classics. I don't know about you, but I feel a little bit closer to Wanda
I think I can smell her.
in a normal way.
And I'm not like trying to smell her, but she's been sweating.
Yeah, and thanks again to Ben for coming on. Ben took a big commute today, and we appreciate that. And for all the people who are sending all those crazy negative comments towards Ben, he's a nice guy. All right?
Yeah,
And
hasn't even posted
he
yet.
didn't do anything. So can you relax? As always, let's throw to our Wanda clip.
Right now.
Hold it right there, young man! You're not laying a finger on my baby! Not until you deal with Big Mama Wanda! Crane stance! And... we're done.
All right.
And that's the show.
Bye.
See ya.